Have you ever tried everything to just calm down, but you still feel stuck in that constant survival mode? If that sounds like you, then you are in exactly the right place. We're about to get into the real biological reason why all the usual advice just doesn't work. And more importantly, what you can actually do to heal your nervous system for good. Let's get into it. We've all been told 1,000 times, just relax, just be calm. But honestly, that's like yelling at a smoke alarm to shut up when there's a fire. The alarm isn't the problem, it's just doing its job. The real fix isn't about trying to silence the alarm, it's about going to the source and recalibrating the sensor that's detecting smoke everywhere. And this is probably the most important thing you're gonna hear today. You are not broken. Your nervous system isn't faulty. A much better way to think about it is like a super advanced home security system. But because of past events, its sensitivity dial has been turned way, way up. Now it's treating a leaf falling in the yard like a full-on intruder breaking down the door. It's just trying to protect you. It's just doing its job a little too well. Now, the science behind this is fascinating. There's actually a word for it, neuroception. You can think of it as a subconscious sixth sense. Long before your thinking brain even has a chance to catch up and analyze a situation, your nervous system has already scanned the environment for danger and made a decision about whether you're safe or not. This is exactly why you can't just logic your way out of anxiety or that awful feeling of dread. Your body has already made the call. So, to really get a handle on what's going on inside of you, we need a map. And that map is called the window of tolerance. Honestly, it's the key to understanding why you feel so stuck all the time. So just imagine for a second that your ability to handle life, the good stuff, the bad stuff, all of it, is like a window. When you're inside this window, you feel present, you feel capable, you feel resilient. But chronic stress and trauma have a nasty habit of shrinking that window until it's nothing but a tiny, fragile sliver. And when it's that small, even the littlest thing can feel completely overwhelming. And when some everyday stressor comes along and pushes you outside that tiny little window, you pretty much go one of two ways. You either shoot straight up into what's called hyperarousal. That's when you're revving way too high, feeling anxiety, panic, or even rage. Or you plummet down into hypoarousal, which is when you just stall out completely and feel numb, disconnected, or depressed. Now here's the absolute kicker. When you're outside that window, your prefrontal cortex, the logical, thinking, rational part of your brain, basically goes offline. It gets totally hijacked. And that is why telling yourself positive things or trying to reason with yourself completely fails in those moments. You literally can't talk your way back into the window from the top down. You have to learn to speak the body's language from the bottom up. So that brings us to the good stuff, the tools. These are like the secret weapons for communicating directly with that overprotective security system inside you, so we can finally start to recalibrate that haywire sensor. Okay, the first tool is called titration, and this is so important. See, a lot of us think that healing means we have to dive headfirst into all our pain and trauma. But doing that just floods the system and basically confirms its belief that the world is a dangerous place. Titration is the complete opposite. It's the art of taking tiny sips. You just gentle touch maybe 1% of a difficult feeling or sensation, and then you immediately guide yourself back to a place of safety. And that back to safety part leads us perfectly to the second tool, pendulation. It's exactly what it sounds like. After we take that tiny sip of discomfort, we intentionally swing, just like a pendulum, back to a resource. And a resource can be anything that feels neutral or even a little bit good in this exact moment. This gentle back and forth swing between a little bit of stress and a little bit of safety is what actually builds the muscle of your nervous system. It's how your window of tolerance literally gets wider over time. Okay, so that's the theory, but I think it's way more powerful to actually feel it. So let's do a super simple 30-second reset right now, just to get a taste of what this feels like in your own body. This little exercise is designed to gently engage what's called your vagal brake, which is basically your body's built-in emergency calming system. So, ready to give it a quick try? Okay, first step is to orient. So without moving your head, just let your eyes slowly wander around the room you're in. Let them land on something that feels neutral or maybe even a little bit pleasant to look at. Just notice it. Second, exhale. Take a nice gentle breath in, and then just let the exhale be a little bit longer than the inhale. This is a direct signal of safety to your body. And third, feel. Just notice one point of physical support. Maybe it's the feeling of your feet flat on the floor or your back resting against the chair. That's it. That's a tiny step of safety. All right, let's move into our final section here. Because the true goal of all of this work, well, it's probably not what you've been led to believe it is. So here is a really profound truth that nobody seems to talk about. Healing isn't always calm and peaceful. True regulation doesn't always look like sitting quietly and meditating. Sometimes it looks like your body finally feeling safe enough to let go of all that stored up survival energy. And that can look like shaking or crying or finally feeling these huge waves of anger that you've had to push down for years. If it feels messy, that very often means it's working.
And that brings us to the ultimate goal. It's not about trying to create a life where there's no stress, because, that's impossible. The real goal is to build a nervous system that's so resilient and so wise that it knows the difference between a minor stressor, a falling leaf, and a genuine threat, an actual intruder. It's about having a body that knows, deep down, that it's safe, even when life gets a little loud.
So, if you're listening to this and starting to see your own patterns, and you're thinking, wow, my window is pretty narrow, I've put together a little something for you. It's a free somatic tracking sheet to help you practice this awareness in a simple way. It's a great next step to just start mapping your own system in real time. You can find the link for that right in the description.